You know what? We're not going there first, guys. We're going to see who we're working with. And also to honor that we're working with Uranus, and Uranus is not here. Uranus is the only card that's not in this deck right now. Uranus and Pisces are actually missing. And I was like, oh, well, I know where Uranus is. It's in one of these decks somewhere, but I couldn't remember. And Pisces. And they're like, no, there's a reason for that. And they'll be found when they're found. And guys, always go with the call. So we're going with the call. And let's see who we're working with. Well, it's official. We're shifting through the earth with Capricorn and Jupiter. And Jupiter has been hanging with La Luna. Jupiter and Saturn have been, you've been able to see them with the naked eye. Jupiter was hanging with La Luna and Saturn. And we're expanding through the earth with Virgo. And look at that, Pisces has been found. Thank goodness. Guys, last time I used this deck, she wasn't here. Then she's here. This means something. There's a reason for that too. The two fish are coming together. See, Pisces has the two fish. It's a sign of duality, right? As well as Gemini. And the two fish can swim apart and break apart when they're in fear or something's not for their greater good and they need to analyze something. Or they can swim together and create unity, create the whole picture. And this has to do with healing from separateness, and we are coming together. We're coming together through the earth with Virgo and Capricorn. These two energies are working together right now. And of course, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is helping us to work with our divine inheritance. And it's thanks to Libra. This full moon in Libra season, right before we enter Scorpio. And there it is. We're working with the moon. And we know we've been doing all this work to heal with the masculine, Mars, and expand with fire. And there it is. We're expanding with fire, Aries. Guys, we're leaving the underworld. There's our rise, the lower world, okay? We know we walk the worlds. And the shaman knows this, guys. I'll never forget when I was initiated into becoming a shaman. I didn't know I was going to become a shaman. I didn't know I was doing any of this. Like I've spoke about many times here, I used to laugh at people like me. Boy, didn't I get karma'd. We're coming back. And we have to believe in love. And Mercury, the planet of communication, what we came here to work with, and heal the hack of the element of air. And we know we're amping up communication. We're healing communication. Thanks to Scorpio. And there will be a transformation honored here, and we will rise. Because we have balanced our karmic scales, working with the Lord of Karma through the earth. And we've done it. We've expanded with the element of air. We're going to hit our mark and hit our aim in Sagittarius season. And guys, if that seems too far away for you, you still have healing to do with time. This is about honoring divine timing. So we're going to say an extra special thank you to Demeter, the red goddess, and working with Virgo. And we had to learn how to nurture ourselves and work with Cancer here and expand with that crab and molt out of that, our shell. We had to go within the lower world in order to do this. We needed to understand, nurture it. Once again, it's through the energy of the opposites. That's what twin flame starseeds came here to do. And you know, somebody wrote the most beautiful thing about starseeds. And this person decided they were going to tear it apart and say, that's all ego, blah, 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 blah. Guys, there's power in the masculine. We're allowed to put the power behind the words. That is giving power to the masculine. We need to analyze things, and sometimes we need to give things labels in order to help the masculine to expand from those spaces and places. And there are humble charges added there. By honoring the feminine, by honoring the pain, by honoring the trauma, by honoring that we are all equal, we're all one in what we're going through. And if we take away that power from the masculine, we've gone out of balance. This is about keeping the balance. This is about, being able to use our left brain and be methodical, analytical, go from point A to point B, use labels when we need to use labels, and then being able to shift over, put it all back within the void. And we know that from our last reading, the void. Work with our intuition, our instincts, our creative right brain, and know that everything can all go back into the void in order to create a new. And it's all one. It's the balance. All right, we're going here again. Something is shifting within the skies. What is it? Guys, we're going to take care of self at a whole new level. But this is how we're going to raise our vibration, frequency, and energy and lift off into the stratosphere. And that message too is also be careful with what's going on in the spiritual community, because as we've talked about, people are popping off because they're activating. So we have to hold space for people in where they're at. We don't just get everything perfect right away. That's not what this is about. We hold space where people are at. We don't get up in our 5 of Wands charge and we go within. What do we resonate with? Oh, I didn't resonate with that. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to see myself, another piece of myself through the negative. I don't gotta fight you, but I'm still gonna hold my boundary. I'm still gonna, no, I'm not gonna just go along with what you're saying because you said it. We're honoring our uniqueness. And all of us are at different levels. And we all came here to come together in order to create the whole through different spaces and places. It's like, yo, you're working over here, I'm working over here, they're working over there, but then we all come together within the center point, through the center point, and the center point again. And we will all resonate with common truths. And those will be the bass chords of our healing symphony. The bass chords. All right. What is shifting from the heavens to the earth through us? And this has whatever to do with Pisces. And I'm just really so happy she's been found again. Because I was starting to wonder, I haven't seen her the longest. That's why I haven't used this deck in a long time. I know where Uranus is. Uranus is in the Sante Morte Oracle. Ooh. 2 piles. I'm feeling called to rate. Oh, 2 and 2. Guys, there's 2 fish coming together. 2 and 2. Okay, so we're walking through the doors. We're learning with the sacred abyss. And this was the portal that was activated during 1010. And it's allowing us news. High vibrational news. And this is where the sun and the moon come together as we free what's lower vibrational. We get in the way. This is healing from stagnancy and what's toxic. We're freeing that and we're coming together. But it's connected to the tower and going deep within. We had to go deep, deep, deep within. Remember, the lower world, the upper world, and the middle world all coming together. But we had to restore balance through the lower world in order to do work with the upper world through the middle. And this is high vibrational news. And it had to do with the tiger, our will, expanding with the feminine. And our responsibility to the earth through meerkat. And our responsibilities. Guys, we're healing from our responsibilities here. There's a difference between what we're responsible for and our burdens. direct message, and we needed to see that. That's what we're doing here. And this amped up our leadership. It amped up our leadership. And now we've created beauty from within to without. And the sea turtle is being honored here today. And just the turtle. Guys, do you know that we used to have 13 months? And they were all connected to the moon. The cycles of the moon. And a whole month was taken out. That's not a coincidence. That's once again, too, these forces that are working against us. And remember, we don't give them power. We're not going to give them power and get into fear. We just honor that we need to go back to the way things were. We are birthing anew through the center and the center and the center again from the old, from the dawns of time. And you know, if we could go back to honoring this 13-month calendar, we would be able to reconnect to the feminine and creation. All right. Let's see what the moon has to say today. We know that this is an inverted world, and much has been taken away from our people to keep us in the lower vibes, because they know, the people that want to keep us enslaved and confused and in the fog, that they don't want us to have be in our full power, because our electromagnetic field in its full power activated with love is exponentially greater than with fear. And we've been discussing that. And this has all to do with everything that we've been creating within our alignment in the garden, working in the garden of Venus, and what's being brought in through our electromagnetic field. And even understanding too that when we are in the highest vibes of love, that we can also manipulate in a high vibed way. And I really don't like the word manipulate, but we're going to heal with that word today. The matter, the feminine, and expand with her in a whole new way. So we can literally change the world with love. And I don't like those words manipulate. I want a different word. I think we're going to go with expand. We can just expand as our electromagnetic field, expand the matter and work with it in a whole new way than we can in fear. So we're getting a promotion with the element of air with love, and we're going to turn the wheel, guys. Because we know we've been working on healing from disillusion, and that's what we've been doing with the mother. So, look, we've created equality. We had a sacrifice. We made a sacrifice when we took the fall in Virgo season. But it was in order to restore our passions with the mother, with the water element, and create adaptability with the element of air, which we needed to do in order to get this promotion with the element of air and purify it, activate it on a whole new level. This has to do with Raven and our high vibe news, our high vibe communications, and the Blue Jay. The Blue Jay always has the best words, and our connection to the Queen of Swords, working with the Queen of Swords. And look at it, we've created the economy of New Earth. We've laid down the foundations. Because we healed with the hack of the element of air, the hack of the mind, the hack of lower vibrational communication, gossip, you know, everything that's connected to lower vibrational communication. Fighting, lower vibe. This is the art. We create the art of communication in a high vibe, right? So we're going to expand with Leo here. There's one more message in here, guys. There it is. It flew out on the fall and sacrifice. Oh, and I picked up this card, so it's connected to this. We are reaching fulfillments with the mother. And it activated true self. This is working with Aquarius, the energies of new earth, where the mother, the water, and the sun, the air work together in order to activate authentic self. And we can see what we need to see. That's why she's seeing all that stuff. But we know we had to heal from the past and stone and what was, what we thought was set in stone of our beliefs and our traditions that were connected to our family lineage. We had to see what we didn't resonate with that wasn't authentic and activate ourselves, our authenticity, our codes. And this has to do with our DNA activations. But we know it happened from what was lower vibrational. And what was lower vibrational, feeding from our impulses, allowed us to shift forward through the earth in order to create the higher vibes through the energy of the opposites. I'm feeling called to read this card, guys. This is how we're coming together. This is how we're coming together. It was through the mind. We had to do this through the mind. And we've shared this card before, but it is our main activation card. This is our connection to Aries and Taurus, ruled by Jupiter and Venus. We have Jupiter and Venus. We just saw them. So here's Jupiter and Venus right here. We just received these. The showering. When the moon was in this mansion, the third lunar mansion, it was thought to be a good time for sea journeys and working spells of alchemy. Direct message to the time we're in, and we just talked about our Halloween special. It's going to be a special connected to alchemy. The expansive planet of Jupiter encourages the pleasure-loving Venus, resulting in an enormous love of the good things of life and enjoyment of hedonistic pleasures. The lunar mansion moves into the beginning of the sensual earth sign of Taurus, at which point the planet Venus is pushed to extremes by the expansive Jupiter. Do you see how we're going to expand from our pleasures and what is the enjoyment of hedonistic pleasures, but we're going to create now high vibes. High vibes from understanding that space and place. Thanks to Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion. This card is here to show us there is a tendency to exaggeration and overindulgence and the desire to show the world your pleasure is strong. Also denoting unthinking extravagance over generosity for the effect and desire to impress. And that's everything we've been healing from through the mind. And there's a black moon in the background. We are going to work through the void. This is definitely connected to our last reading. So, the generous indulgence of showing off is what we've been healing from. What is it connected to? It's connected to something. How are we going to shift from these spaces and places? Well, we're going to release. And we're going to work with our intentions and look at that positive tetrahedron and the protection that's being offered from doing this. So we're going to get to work with Beaver Spirit. We're going to get to work through the earth and create our equality with the seahorse. And that's our ambitions through the earth. And we remember, seahorse is connected to the masculine rising. There's so many connections to working with the mother and the water element. And we know a seahorse is made for life. We have to understand equality. And that's what's allowing us to heal from isolation and expand with Pisces. And look at all that solar plexus sacral chakra healing with a recalibration to the root and the earth star. And we know that this is about working with the root, but we had to work with the earth star. And then we're going to expand go through our chakras to the soul star and beyond. This is beautiful, guys. Two paths became one in order for us to heal from prison and activate our equality here in the jungle, baby. This is connected to the black goddess Aquarius here. And she's entered the jungle. She's healed her right and left brain. So now she can go through that jungle balanced by healing the masculine. We healed our impulses. We healed the masculine. This is our connection to Mars and the sun. And we know Mars is here, working with the time we're in. Aries. And that activated our responsibility through the earth and the commitment. There it is, as we heal from competitiveness. And guys, now we don't care about our reputation. This isn't about our reputation in a lower vibrational way. This is about working with the element of earth. Let me get it straight. Air, and being noble and not needing a reward. Working with our integrity of the light. Allowing our instincts to come forth, working with the mother, and then we found our confidence with the father. So we are able to invest with the earth. And that's that seven of Pentacles. That's connected to Demeter and working with our light in the earth, in the dark, in the void. And that's how we're going to expand here. And here, we understand cycles. We understand cycles. And there is a shift between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. Yeah, Biscuit Boo confirms he just moved. What's wrong, Biscuit Boo? Just needed a readjustment because I'm moving too much. But we're just going to get some tarot and we're going to say goodbye. Till we meet again, this has to do with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups and the Hermit. Well, the Two of Cups and the Hermit is connected to the Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is activated solar plexus healing. All right, guys. So we're coming together with the mother. We're healing from isolation, remember. By putting down our burdens, and we found the keys. Now we have many messages to show we found the keys. This is having the feminine, the matter, sacred knowledge, the 13 spheres of knowledge, and expanding it with the masculine, the energy. And the masculine understanding where to expand. We've restored balance, and we're going to heal through the earth. We have expanded with the world. The green man. Here is the green man. We have a fresh approach. We have the bird's eye view. We've faced our fears. We have the lion. So We have the eagle, the lion, and the stag. Everything we need. We've restored balance through the center, and the center again. And there it is, our 10 of Pentacles. And our beautiful Queen of Wands. Thank you, Aries. Thank you, full moon in Aries. And now we will begin manifesting through the 7, through the earth, in order to heal. And in knowing that when we're healing with the masculine, the 7 of Wands, it was through tower moments. Working with the divine. The divine moving away what was no longer for our greatest good. And that activated our strength. And this is where we do all this solar plexus, sacral chakra, root recalibration with the Earth Star in order, well, the root through the Earth Star in order to have this levitation. So we've done it. We've worked with our solar plexus. We're gifted. So working with the positive tetrahedron. And there it is. And remembering that this is connected to the 3. And working with the moon right now. This is getting back to our craft. Guys, our craft. We're working with sacred knowledge here. We're working with all the worlds. And there's a connection to being protected through the earth because we're working with our authenticity. And our 3 of Pentacle pals. And this was honored through the earth with the charge of youth. And that the lamb, the life, has become our friends. We're working with the earth here. This is what we needed to understand. Like here, we're just waiting patiently for something to grow. Here, we're actively working with the earth. And we had to see what felt yucky and walk away from it. We had to feel it. We had to see it. We had to honor it. We had to understand it so we could get back to work through the earth. And this is using our gifts. Look at where the third eye activations through that pentacle. And this is honoring our last message and working with the void. That skull, the connection to the skull. There's a connection to our flame. The big bang, the impulse within the void. The primordial force. And what energy do we want to be in when we're in that void? And that's going to allow us to expand through the earth with the masculine. And we've done it, guys. We've healed. And this is our connection to working with Virgo and Taurus. And I want you to see this. These are the 2 tetrahedrons coming together and counterparts in order to expand. The King and Queen of Wands and the King and Queen of Earth. And where did we do it? We did it with the Hermit, from within to without. We healed that 5 of Wands charge and we activated anew. And when we activated anew, from within to without, and we found our light, our flame, we did all of that solar plexus healing. This is where we restored vector equilibrium and worked with phi, the golden ratio. We restored balance. And that allowed us to heal in the 4 of Swords, where we understood more of this solar plexus healing and what we needed to do, the patterning we needed to apply, and we've now expanded with the sun. And this has to do with healing from dual, working with Mars and the sun in order to expand in all this inner child healing. And this is an amped up, even newer, fresh approach to how we're going to continue to move forth here and build the economy of New Earth. I love you guys. I'm sending it to you. Love, light, and healing energies sent your way to create with today. I look forward to seeing you again when we expand into Scorpio season. Transformation time, guys. Rise and shine, rise and shine. We will be rising. I love you all.